Hello, hi, Malini Kamala, I'm Khanya, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Running Podcast. This month on the Running Podcast, we are highlighting and celebrating women in the running community. On today's episode, I am joined by the incredible women of the NineFour Run Crew. Thank you. I'll find it somewhere in the middle of the clip. How are you, ladies?
Very good.
Good.
How are you?
Michaela's just staring at me. You know we started, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, we're here.
Good
We're
start,
here now.
guys.
How are you, Michaela?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. They look so shy. Guys, this is super chill. This is just, we all hanging out with the camera because that's very normal, you know? So,
Guys, honestly, it's very normal in the NineFour to be hanging around with a camera and lights. So
I can tell you, Khanya, that my
Yeah.
butt is really sore from running this morning.
I believe half of you, or all of you ladies ran this morning.
yeah.
Oh, how was that?
Torrential rain for like 20 minutes. I thought I was going to get frostbite, but then it calmed down. It was actually really nice.
To be honest, I also planned a long run. And then I went out. Came back at 2 a.m. I was like, I'm not running.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so that did not go as planned. But next week is another week, right?
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's another day. Totally.
No, I'm busy tomorrow. I'm busy tomorrow. Maybe I'll squeeze like a small little 5K just to kind of loosen the legs a little bit, you know? What do you guys think? Yeah.
Sunday is tricky.
She goes, no.
I feel like we're enabling Khanya right now, and we need to be encouraging her.
Yeah,
We're saying Sunday is tricky. Ooh,
We're gonna kill her.
do the run. Get it over and done with.
Khanya, Strava's forever.
got this.
We're all watching you.
Recovery.
I'm going to choose to rest.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Very mindful, very demure of me.
Very
You know what I'm saying?
How far were you supposed to go?
I think a 20K.
You're casual, okay.
I mean, is it
Hectic.
not marathon training?
Just do it next week. But you must do it next week.
Lexi says it.
I say you must do it. I will. You can hold me accountable. Check out my Strava. I know Hannah's on there. Hannah's always watching. Give me a kudos. Thanks, Hannah.
I love giving her kudos.
Hannah is actually always the first person to give me kudos. And I always see it's actually got a little star next to her name. What is that? It's
I'm
like
just
a-
jealous
Favorites.
of everyone
Stein
running so
emoji.
much better than me, so I'm like, wow. Wow. Yes.
Wow. Yay. Oh my gosh. Ladies, I just want to firstly say thank you so much for being on the Running Podcast. I am so excited. I've been patiently waiting for this day to come. I know Hannah and Ali, we've been in a little WhatsApp group trying to figure out a time and date to get everyone here, and I couldn't be more honored to have the NineFour ladies on here. Really, really, really excited to kind of dig in, to kind of find out more about who you guys are, your running journeys, and how that all started. And I guess just to kind of learn from all of you and be inspired from all of you. I mean, I'm already inspired from the NineFour ladies, the ladies' night that I took part in as well, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you so much for being here. Super excited to learn more about you ladies.
Yeah, we're very yay. Yay. In unison. Yay.
My first question is, I just want to know more about like how your running journey started. I know obviously everyone has like individual stories, and I would love to learn more about that. Anyone.
Cool. How do you wanna start this? Do you wanna just
Whoever has the mic goes.
Okay. I'll start. I never did sport in school. I never grew up in an active household. So the first time I ever ran was 4 years ago. First time I did any strenuous. I mean, I did tennis in high school, but I always try to skip it. And
Great stuff.
yeah, I think the biggest thing I learned in my running journey is the story you tell yourself is the person you become, and that's what sort of shapes your identity. So I told myself for a long time I'm not athletic. There's other girls that are just so athletic and so good. I tried it, I sucked. I'm not good at it. That's not my story. That's not who I am. So telling myself this, I never became that. But then in lockdown I started running, and it was fucking hard and embarrassing, and I hated every second of it. And then you kind of get over that ego thing in your head, and
That's pretty much running.
Yeah.
Like you hate it
So
at the
much about
beginning.
ego.
It sucks. It really does. But I, for me, found that community makes it so much better to run with someone
Exactly.
else.
And then on the topic of community, and I thought about this a lot before coming on your podcast, is sport is so much about community. And when you're not involved in sport, you're kind of like alone, especially if you're like a weirdo in school. You're not really like involved in the school, kiosks and stuff. So yeah, the past maybe 3 years when I joined the NineFour is the first time I ever understood what community is. So yeah, learning how to like feel safe in like a group of people is really unique. And yeah, not everyone has that growing up. So that's what I find is really unique and special about the NineFour. And also, I'm rambling now.
Go for it, girl.
Also, like having like a group of girlfriends, because I was quite a tomboy growing up, didn't have a lot of girlfriends, so it's just been so amazing to like, embrace that. I'm done.
I love that mic drop.
I have one more point to say that's been on my mind. Also, base building and like running. Like my base started 4 years ago versus someone who's maybe did like hockey in school or like, that started a lot earlier. So keeping in mind like I am where I am because of where I started, which wasn't that long ago. So trying not to hate myself for like sucking, which I actually don't. Okay, now I'm done.
I can go.
Take it
Firstly,
away.
Hannah, I did not know you did not do sport in school. I felt like you were a very sporty person when I met you, so well done. About a year and a half ago, I watched a documentary about the Comrades. It's on Showmax. Everyone can watch it. And I was just enthralled. I was like, one day I need to be there and sing that song and run that run. And then, being the person I am, and I went onto Instagram and I was like, does anyone know of a running club or like people I can run with? Because I don't think I can do this alone. I like instinctively knew like I couldn't do it alone. And then someone was like, why don't you come to this ladies' night thing? Lisa, actually. Oh, wow. Yeah. And then I arrived and I was like, this is intimidating. All these people are so... First, I had stalked the NineFour on Instagram.
As one does.
Very and I showed my ex, and he was like, yo, that place, like, they look very cool. And I was like, I know, I'm not this cool at all. And he was like, why don't you just go? And like I walked in and then it was intimidating at first, but then slowly but surely like everyone opened up. And so now I'm here and on my journey to the Comrades in like 3 years, hopefully, if all goes well. But I don't think I could have gotten this far without, I think, every single person in the room, including people in the back of the room. But there's just something about it's hard. Like running is a really hard thing. And there's like this weird thing that happens when you do it with other people, especially women. You kind of, I don't know, there's like this unfolding and opening up that happens and you like subconsciously tether to each other and it's like this really cool spiritual thing.
That's so cute.
Anyway, that's my story.
I love that. Michaela's like side-eyeing me like, is this my moment? Yes.
I'll go. So I was very sporty, athletic when I was younger. So sport was a big part of my life. I was a water baby, so I never did any land sport. I swam, played water polo for a good number of years. And then I quit and I just did nothing. I was just like, a student, living life. And I think it was like 2019. I started running with a group of friends. And at the time, I couldn't run further than 500 meters. I was basically learning how to run. Wow.
That's how we all start.
Yes.
Small steps.
Very
I
inspiring.
couldn't run, but I was like, I just had this determination, like, I will do it. And eventually I did 10K.
From 500 meters to 10K.
Well,
What a
like
jump.
eventually, it was like a good couple of months.
Oh, there's a progression. Okay, cool. I
like
just thought
towards
you
the
went
end of
straight into it. I was about to
2019.
say, whoa, okay.
The end of 2019, yeah. And then COVID happened. Didn't really do anything. And then I was just going on hot girl walks for like a good year.
Period.
And then I remember, I was running, but I was only running for vitality points. I would do 30 minutes, done.
Get that park run in.
Done.
That park run
That was
in.
it. I was like, got my vitality points for the week, done. Then Oceans 2023, I had so much FOMO. I just watched like on Instagram, like the running community, and yeah, I had so much FOMO. I was like, I want to be a part of this. And at the time, I was very isolated, and I then just threw myself into the running community. So I would show up to random runs, like any runs, and I didn't really know people. I had one friend who would invite me and we'd go. And then I joined Ladies Night and also stalked NineFour on Instagram. And I was just like,
Yeah, normal. Duh.
yeah. And then it just felt like home. And yeah, I just sort of started running. I committed to training for Cape Town Marathon. And that kind of then just got me in it. And now I'm here.
Wow.
I didn't know your journey started so recently.
Last year.
Okay, well, it was like a restart, if that makes sense. So like
Okay.
I ran and then it's just like boom again.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. I mean, that's the progress that you've made.
What, 2 marathons and an ultra? And she started last year, April.
Guys, again, I don't know why I keep saying these things on the podcast because people will hold me accountable. But one day, I would love to run an ultra.
Yes.
But when I say, no, one day could be in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm not committing to anything anymore on this podcast. I've gotten myself into trouble way too many times. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. But I mean, that's incredible for someone who's had like a short journey of like running and then suddenly, smashing out 2 marathons and an ultra. That's
Running's
insane.
hard, but I think like life's also really hard. So I'm just like
Balance
running.
the both.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my motivation.
Running's hard, but life is hard. Choose your hard.
Yeah.
That's true. Pick your fighter. Anyone else like to share?
Okay.
Yeah.
She was so ready at the back. She was just like,
Do you want to go with the mic? It feels really heavy, yeah. Okay, so mine's a bit different. So I come from a very sick family. My father passed away from suffering a stroke for quite a few years. And what we didn't know was that he had like diabetes and high blood pressure and everything else. So it literally happened when he got sick, and we just found out that he was suffering from all of that. But prior to that, like his aunt had diabetes, so our line of descendants is quite sick. And I remember when I became aware of that around 2014, I was like, oh my goodness, it's a lifestyle thing, and I would like to not be part of that. So that's when my journey started in 2014. And that's also what inspired me to stop like drinking alcohol and, fall out of certain foods and things like that. But I was like not fit at all. So I started with like 1K, and I would wake up in the morning and I'd be like to my dad, I'm going to go run a 1K. And he would be so supportive and just be like, go there and do it. And I would feel so proud, like I did a 1K. And yeah, that's how I progressed, started doing more and more and more every morning. And yeah, that's how I started my journey to running.
I love that. Aw. Can I just say, and I think as runners, sometimes you often forget to celebrate small moments.
Yeah.
Especially that first 1K.
Yeah.
Because, not all of us are runners. Some of us started from at the bottom and trying to work our way up.
Yeah.
And we honestly don't talk enough about the first 1K.
No.
And we honestly don't celebrate it enough because it's the thing that actually gets you out and you actually achieving it.
Yeah.
Getting out your house or your flat or whatever, that's a great achievement in itself.
Yeah.
But to be able to complete that first 1K, you've won already.
True.
And that sets you up for the rest of your runs.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone, exactly.
Yeah.
Even like your first 5K without stopping. That is a huge achievement. Ooh, sorry, I don't know if we got that. Say your first 5K without stopping.
That's true.
It's a huge achievement, and we
is.
often just overlook it.
That's true, because you're so hell-bent on, sorry for saying, on Strava and what the next person's doing, trying to compete, instead of just kind of just stopping and taking a moment and celebrating that. And I think for me, ever since I stopped the running streak, it's kind of helped me to kind of pull back and actually appreciate where I've actually come from and where I am now and what my body could literally achieve. Things that I didn't know I could do. I mean, I didn't even know I could run for 449 days straight. That's stupid.
You could have done 450. You could. Sorry, you could have done 450.
You sound slightly pissed off, Michaela.
That's why you did it.
That's exactly why I did it.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything because, again, this gets me into trouble. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, again, like, celebrating those moments and really, like, actually sitting down and be like, flip. You know, being able to look back where you were and, like, kind of seeing where you are now and the achievements that you've been able to achieve, and also setting yourself goals and being able to work towards those goals. I know for me personally, I've set goals that I didn't know I could achieve. I mean, I didn't even know I could run a flipping half marathon until I did my first half marathon last year at Oceans, and that was a terrible one. My God, that was my first half marathon. I know. And I was just like, flip, if I can do a half marathon. So this is what I told myself. Okay, cool. If I can do a 5K without stopping, I can do a 10K. Did my first 10K, the APSA 10. And I was like, okay, now that I've done a 10K, surely I can do a half. Literally in the same year, I did a half. And I was like, okay, if I can do a half, I can do a full.
And then you did it.
And then I did it all in 1 year. And I was just like, that's insane to be able to, like, again, set out those goals and being able to achieve it. I'm not going beyond a full right now, but one day I'll do an ultra, but that's not one day.
One day.
And don't you...
No, you go.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Question. No, go.
Just one thing. Don't you think that sort of sets you up for, you know, parts of your life, you know, like in work or in, you know, personal growth? You know, setting those goals and running really reflects into your personal life, which I think is the power of running. Yeah.
I think also just through that journey, I've also found a lot of people, like-minded people. We all polar opposites, but somehow we all like-minded in terms of like enjoying sport, like enjoying the sport, enjoying running, enjoying like finding community. And that's definitely some good takeaways I've had from like my running journey so far.
Oh, I had a question, but that is a really good topic. We could go into that a lot, about like group and collective intention, but we don't have to go there now. The question that I wanted to ask was, when you finished, like, how did you celebrate that 499, it was 99, right, days?
449.
Like, 49 days. Like, did you...
Like, how did you mark
Like, what did you do? Did you do something on the day? Did you, like, sit down and then go, like, and now we're done? And then, like, what did you do?
In
like,
all honesty, I was actually just super tired. And I was so fatigued because I was running for so long. And also, I had been doing the streaks throughout marathon training, throughout my half marathon training. So it was continuous. And my body was, honestly, it was done. And I was just, the one night, I was just like, I'm calling it quits. 449 days it is. I'm not, and I literally I couldn't find my why to do that extra day to finish to 450. And I was just like, the fact that I've lost my why, there's no point in doing this. And I think when you do a marathon or any sort of race, or when you run in general, is to kind of have that why. And that why really helps you to kind of push and to finish off strong. So true.
I think you saying that and just saying I was tired is so powerful because it says to me that you put your ego at the door and you're putting yourself first, and you just said, well, I don't need to do because you're not doing it for anyone else, you're doing it for yourself. And it's so hard sometimes to get wrapped in the whole like Strava ego thing. It's like a really real thing.
We do.
I think the journey of running is the journey of working through your ego a lot of the time. And like, especially with, I mean, any sort of goal, like if it's a 10K, a half, like a full, it's all like, you know, in relation to your fitness level and like what you used to. But it's all about that. And I just think you doing that is really, really powerful. And I think the more we do that, I don't know, the more we can do it again, like in your life. And
Normalize. It's okay to just go, I'm tired now. I'm done. Like the purpose is complete.
and I don't need to prove myself. Yeah.
To anyone.
So I just wanted to acknowledge you.
Thank you. No, I really love that. And I honestly do feel like there's such a great support within the community for that. And it is no like, I mean, yes, people were pissed off. And I was just like, well, that's on you. But I mean, everyone's journeys are all different. But I mean, I found so much like peace in it, knowing that people still backed me. People showed up when I was like, celebrating those like 100 days, like 200 days, which is really cool. So, and also like when I told my friends, like, guys, I've actually ended it, they're like, yeah, well done. Dude, 449 days. I was like, thank you. And I think often people will be like, oh, like, you know, I think for me, I had so many questions in terms of like, why are you doing this? This is so dumb. You should quit. You should do this. And all these like negative talks. And I was just like, guys, this is for me, not for you. So I think being able to separate what people saying. Look, someone always said to me, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And I was just like, how do I just quiet down everyone's opinions and just stick to what I was doing? So I think for me, remembering my why on that journey was just like, that's what got me through it. But also having people who were just so supportive on the journey was truly amazing.
Okay. Going back in time now. So I did hockey in school, and you too. Oh yeah. What school did you go to? We played.
Such a Cape Townian question. That's such a like, have I played against you before?
Don't even care. Like, this is not
I already know where this is gonna go.
I was so aggressive when I played hockey.
But wait, is this gonna go where? Oh my gosh, I think I played against you. I went to York High in George.
Oh, okay, no, we're good. I don't know. Hang on. I did an Eisner tour in school.
I think I also did an Eisner tour.
I also did an Eisner tour.
Really?
Yeah.
I
But
wonder
think,
if we...
I don't think we would have. We're a bit, our age gap is a bit,
yeah. It's such a nice way to...
She said it so
I said it because of our age gap.
Just walking into the wheelchair.
Wow. Didn't expect this to go this way.
We're all starting in school. I don't know when it's when did your running journey start?
I don't know.
When I was 9.
Okay, no, but the reason why I'm starting in school is because I think I was like pretty good at hockey, and then I'm owning it. I was pretty good at hockey, and then I stopped. I stopped because I had some surgery on my mouth, and I couldn't do sports or anything for quite a long time, and I had a long recovery, and then I just started doing like teenage stuff, and I thought, well, I need to be cool, right? Like, and I didn't think sport was cool. I thought it was like jockey. I mean, look at me now. So
I say that was like the thing. If you were doing sport, especially playing first team, you were like almost like the hierarchy of the school.
But I think I was more in like Hannah's WhatsApp group, like a bit weird, like. So I was
guys
like,
aren't weird. You're creatives.
But back then it was different.
Yeah, back then it
Back
was
then
Back then, we're like almost all the same age. Back then.
We are not the same age.
We are not the same.
the same age.
So now we are all 25 and a half.
Yeah.
We identify as
Yes.
I will take that. I wear 21, and often people
there we
ask me, "Oh my
go.
gosh, are you 21?" I'm like, "Sure."
I'll take it.
I'm all.
Okay, so then I stopped, and I was like, I don't know, going out and doing all that kind of stuff, and I formed a really strong, again, like kind of to mirror what you said, story about myself. And I was not athletic at all, and that was just not my narrative. And then as I got a little bit older, in like my early 20s, I thought running was attractive to me, and I saw like some people running, and I've known like Paul and Warren from the NineFour since like after school, and obviously the NineFour started 10 years ago, so I always like knew about the 9-4 and I kind of wanted to run with them, but I was never fit enough. I would like try, run and give up because
you
you
guys
know
are
how
fast,
hard it
The
is.
9-4, you when you see them on prom and they all run together, it's like speed squad.
I'm glad
and
we
I was
look
just like,
fast.
oh, and everyone's dressed in all black.
As long as we look fast.
And all the, I get it.
So it was, I mean, you know, like it's so hard to start running. So I'd start, give up, and I was never consistent. And then in 2021, I don't know what happened, but I flipped a switch and I was like, I'm doing this and I'm changing the narrative and I'm signing up for a half marathon. Because then it gives me a goal, it gives me a time frame and I can tick off my runs. And so at the beginning of 2021, I started running. And then, when was it? I guess 3 months before Nice and a half marathon. Chose that one as my first half. Which was like, I also thought it was a road race. So like really.
It's like a half trail and
It's
like
all trail.
It's all trail and then down.
No, I know, I didn't get the forest memo.
Little road.
No, you're not the only one. A lot of people never got the forest memo.
Didn't get the forest memo. But I ran consistently for the first time in my life. I ran that half marathon and I sobbed basically the whole way. And I am not over exaggerating. Like I could
I see the pictures.
In the pictures.
Yeah, no, there's evidence. I could not believe that I was that person in my body running a half marathon. No, like really, and it was so profound. And I crossed the finish line, and there is a photo of me, absolutely bawling. I mean, I cried so much in that race, I can't even tell you. And I ran behind like some of the guys in the 9-4, and we were like saying, hey. And I just said now I'm joining the 9-4 because I've proven to myself that I'm capable. Like, I never had that narrative in my mind, and I had really low self-esteem. And so stepping out the door to go for a run by myself on the promenade, I was like, everyone's going to look at me. My legs are too short and stumpy. I would list
Suddenly start
everything,
nitpicking
you know?
all the little
and I'm like,
things.
but I get really red when I run, and then everyone's going to see me sweating. I'm like, who cares? Like after a while, I'm like, it doesn't matter. But I had to
all
go
sweat,
through
we're
that.
all gonna look red.
Yes, like it literally doesn't matter. And then then I joined the 9-4 through Ladies' Night, and then I haven't stopped running, I guess, since then. So, but really, it's just really for me, it's just about changing that narrative, which was false, and doing something really hard physically to prove to myself that I'm like capable and I'm just as strong as people that I perceive. So,
I love that.
Yeah, that's me.
Wow.
Guys, I've got too many mics here. Everyone's
I'm going to pass this one on.
everyone's handing me mics.
Why don't we swap the front row?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you guys can have your mic back. Wow. My journey with running is it's a complicated one, and it kind of starts in high school, like my early teen years.
What high school did you go to?
That's for me to know. I'm not going to disclose that information. So I also played hockey in high school, and I then had a injury when I was 15 and had to go in for a knee operation. That took me out of sports completely. And then just as I was kind of getting back into it, going, okay, cool, I can start doing sports again, we found out the operation didn't work. So at the age of 17, I went in for my second knee operation, which was quite disheartening as a teenager, like when everyone is out doing things and you want to go do it with them, but you can't. So I come from a little side note. I come from a very not necessarily sport heavy family, but they are all very sporty. My brother in particular. So I kind of then took on the role of the support team. So it was always, my brother is the athlete and I am the supporter. So I'm not athletic, I'm not this, I'm not that. He's doing all the things. And that was fine. I love the man to bits. So I'm still his biggest fan. But that kind of slowly started being ingrained in my brain. And then I was only really doing exercise for like body maintenance. Like, I mean, as like a late teen, early 20s, I had major
I
body.
love how you call it body maintenance.
But
I'm going to use that from now on.
Body maintenance. Because I struggled a lot with like body image and my image and feeling too big or feeling too this or whatever. So I was really just exercising so that I could fit into the social, this is what you should look like kind of image. And then COVID hit, and I couldn't go to the gym anymore. I hated running at that point. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. This is hard. I'll rather lift a weight than go for a run. So
Wow.
COVID happened, and that was the only thing I could do, and started running, and it was fine. But then I was also with my partner at the time, who was a professional athlete. So running was no longer just body maintenance. It was a competition. It was okay, cool. How can we do this faster? How can we do this longer? How can we push? And that almost broke me. Because here we've got somebody that trains for 6 hours a day and can...
Just a bit.
Me.
Yeah. Just a tad.
Is that fine?
I lost your face.
Is that...
Sorry.
It's okay. Can you see me again?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay, cool. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, everyone's fine.
And so, yeah, that broke me mentally when it came to running, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, this is not fun. I do not enjoy this. And then I saw Hannah post about the NineFour Ladies Night Season 1 3 years ago. And I was very intimidated, as everyone is when we first come and join the NineFour. But it was the first time in my life that I ran for fun, that I ran for me, that I ran with a community, with people, where it wasn't about your time or your pace or the distance you're running. It was like, guys, we're all showing up, and it's the middle of winter and it's raining, and this is going to suck.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it together, and it's going to make it suck less.
Yeah.
And that's when I fell in love with running. And it then through COVID, well, the last little bit of COVID, through my breakup, it became my therapy. Like now, still to this day, it's like going on a run this morning. I'm chatting with all of these wonderful people, and we have these different shared experiences in life, because without this common interest, I would not have met any of them. I would not have met most of them. And they've also become my people and my safe space. And it is the most incredible thing, having a community for the first time in my life. Like you also said, it's crazy.
The waterworks are on. Michaela immediately turned around just to check in.
The mandate was clear, guys.
Sorry.
Oh, I love
I can't
that.
help it. It's like the love that I feel for these women is just incredible. It's like, I went away now on a little holiday for the last 3 weeks, and I know it's too long. I'm sorry. I'm back now. I'm back.
Every single marathon training run
Yeah.
in Europe. Didn't miss a single one. Outrageous.
Yeah.
Wow.
29
And girl
degrees.
sprinters everywhere. Could not be me. It blew my mind.
The marathon's not going to train for itself. It's like,
Yeah. Word.
That's a word for somebody. That is a word for somebody, specifically me.
Word.
Who didn't run today? I feel you, girl. Don't have to come at me like that.
sorry. What was I? Oh. I love you. No, that is literally it. It was the first time that I was away where I felt like I missed something in Cape Town, where I was like, I miss my running people. Like, I miss my running full stop, and then I miss my people full stop. The fact that they're both is just the most incredible thing, like, to me. Yeah. So, like, in the last week, I was like, Mom, for the first time in my life, I've got people back home that I miss, and I've got a reason to go back. I don't know, that's
Hannah.
like,
Hannah, girl.
Everyone look at me.
but yeah, so that's my journey. Now
I
it's
love
Kelly's
that.
turn.
Hey, okay.
Face this way.
So I have a kind of similar story to you in the sense that exercise was always really used as a body maintenance exercise. So yeah, before COVID, I was really into weight training. Like going to the gym was my thing. And then when COVID hit, I just absolutely couldn't bring myself to do weight training at home. I find it mind-numbingly boring. So I started running in properly in 2020. I always said to myself, I hate running. I'm not a runner. I don't understand what these people are doing. Like, this is absolutely unhinged. I hate every second of this. But in COVID, I had no other option. And it was just in those moments in COVID where I really kind of started to understand it a little bit more. After COVID stopped, I kind of stopped running as much. And then towards the beginning of last year, I started having a really, really tough time personally. A lot of things were going wrong for me, and I was losing a lot of people that I loved. And I saw Ali post on Instagram ladies' night stuff, and I was like, okay, you know what? Just go, show up, see what it's about, and it like completely changed my life. I mean, we've spoken about this in our private moments as well, where I've bawled my eyes out. But finding the NineFour and finding women specifically, the women in the community, it's been so transformative, and like I've met some of my best friends here. But yeah, running for me, it's been a very interesting. I'm gonna cry. It's been.
Girl, I'm holding back my tears. I didn't think I would be the one crying.
It's been.
I was literally watching the two of you not crying, but then it's me.
It's about to come. It's been a really interesting thing for me. So I've never actually really said this out loud in such a public space, but I've struggled with an eating disorder for my whole life, since I was 12. So that's 22 years. And running has been the one thing that has actually helped, because I no longer saw food as this really horrible, hard thing. I saw food as this thing that was going to help me become better at this thing that I've like started to love so much. And I found that the more I was restricting food, the worse my runs were getting. And running has been the only thing that's really been able to help me kind of temper that voice in my head, because I've really changed the way I view food through running, because food to me is now this fuel that's going to make me a kick-ass runner and be better than everybody. So yeah, it's been a crazy realization to have that after 22 years of struggling really hard with and I feel like a lot of women can relate to this, right? We all have a weird relationship with food. I feel like most of us do have a hard relationship with food sometimes, and running has really just been that thing that has made me shift the way I view food, and yeah, it's also just being around women runners and just so many different body types as well, where I'm like, I never wanted to ever wear shorts, like you were talking about this earlier, and I'm like, I run with these women, I'm like, we all have cellulite, none of us are perfect, like the most athletic, strong, incredible runners, like everyone's flawed, and like it's just been it's just been a really amazing thing to just change my perception of my body, my perception of food. It's been literally life-changing. Like all that therapy. I mean, I should have just started running. Yeah, so that's my story.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I hope that resonates with one person. Yeah, if anyone else can just hear that, and if they're struggling with the same thing, it's food is not scary, and it helps you be an incredible athlete, and it's fuel. So it's a really wonderful way to reframe your perspective on eating. Yeah.
Whoa. I know. I didn't say let's go deep. Oh my God, no. Damn. But thank you so much for sharing. Like that's honestly I love that you found that this space such a safe space for you to be able to share that. And I honestly hope that it does resonate with someone who's going through the same thing and doesn't know how to get out of it. And I think for me, that's the whole reason around the Running Podcast, is to share those journeys and to share those stories, because there could be someone out there who relates but also doesn't know how to get off the couch, run that first 1K, and to be able to motivate themselves, or don't even have community. And I always say, like, there's no time than now. There's no better time than now than to join a running crew. And there's so many. You spoiled for choice. My God, in Cape Town.
In Cape Town.
Like, in Cape Town. Honestly, there's so many. You spoiled for choice. And honestly, like, for me as well, I could not be more thankful and more grateful for like the running community in Cape Town and the space that, I mean, if you have to go back to like Erin, like the spaces that she's created and the space that like Ladies Night have created, and like it's just honestly so incredible. And even going back to like with Women We Run as well, like it's just such amazing spaces to be in, and especially like as a woman running by yourself, it's not always safe, but having that community with you is truly incredible.
And I think just to add to that, like we say the term safe spaces a lot because it is very important. And I said this on the WhatsApp group after Ladies Night, like safe spaces need to be made and created and maintained. And that's not just, you can't show up to a space like the Borough and say, this is a safe space, because what does that mean? That doesn't really mean anything. It's made by the people and the intentions inside. And yeah, we're really lucky that we have this container, but it's really beautiful that it attracts like-minded people with really big hearts and good intentions.
You truly value what safe space actually
and what
is.
that is, and puts it into practice. And like with Ladies Night, like the male marshals, everyone's on the same wavelength, you know, and we show up, everybody, and create that and prioritize that. So yeah,
I love that. And I also love how everyone touched on Ladies Night. And like where their journey started, either season 1 or season 3 or whichever season. I didn't even know there were seasons. I'm assuming this last season was the 3rd season.
and we're
Thank
all the
God I
main
was a part of it.
characters.
And I love that. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm so speechless. Like, I'm so passionate and so like, I love women. I love us. I think we're just such powerful beings, and being able to create and make room for people is just so powerful and so impactful. And being able to invite women in those spaces and to allow them in, and it's just amazing. And I love what Ladies Night has kind of done. And I would love to actually know more about like where that started and how that came about.
Yeah, I can jump on that. Ladies Night it's a NineFour crew initiative that started in 2021. Thank you. Everybody now. Two.
Just minus 3 years from now.
Guys, what is time?
2022.
It started in 2022. And yeah, like a NineFour led initiative, but a huge like gratitude and thank you to Paul for initiating all of it and starting many like safe spaces and incredible things with the NineFour. But yeah, back then we didn't have this version of the Borough. We have had a first version of the Borough before COVID. So we'd meet on the promenade every Wednesday for a run through winter. So Ladies Night is a 3-month initiative, and it's through the heart of winter when it's the hardest to motivate yourself to run. And, you know, as a woman, you finish work and it's dark. So it feels impossible, right? Like, it's just not safe. So that was the intention behind Ladies Night, just an opportunity to open it up for people and the NineFour space for people to run, for women to run. And it started off really small but really powerful. It was really, really special. And then it kind of grew from there. So I know like Hannah and I jumped on board with Paul and just said like, I know I sent him like a 5-minute voice note the one day standing in.
Guys, personally, that's a podcast.
I know.
Anything more than 2 minutes.
Honestly, no, I send like TED Talks. I remember sending him a message and just being like, this is amazing. And we'd been talking about our vision and, you know, the crew's vision for the next year. And I just said like, we need women speaking to women, and I just kind of put up my hand and I said I'm very happy to be one of those women. And then Hannah was also, and we just sort of led the organization and behind the scenes and all of that kind of stuff, and it grew in 2023 last year to something really special and amazing. And then we knew there had to be another evolution, and so this year we saw another evolution and a growing and a kind of like a different iteration of it. And we had everybody involved, like all the girls in the NineFour bringing, you know, their speciality and their things. So it was a massive team effort and really special. And yeah, I'm just really proud of it and us.
And you should be, because it's such an incredible initiative.
Yeah.
And I was honestly completely honored that I was asked to join. And it was just such a beautiful, I mean, we've been saying space like the whole time, but like such a beautiful community to be a part of. And it was just so special. And like the whole night and like running with the ladies and getting to know ladies. I purposely like to run at the back to get to know people at the back.
Yeah.
And I know I was trying to run at the back and someone tuned me, no, Khanya, go to run to the front. And I was like, no, I'm trying to talk to people and get to know people. But I mean, along the way, I try to talk like to different people and just kind of hearing their stories. And it's just absolutely incredible in terms of like journeys where they've come from and how Ladies Night has become like a place where they all come together and really enjoy the run and also just feel safe. And having those male marshals kind of look out for you, which is really nice as well.
Exactly.
Do you want to add to the details of Ladies Night?
I mean, I think I just wanted to maybe circle back to that feeling of, you know, shaping your narrative and changing your narrative. And I think Ladies Night is an amazing example of it. We've had maybe 5 or 6 girls run their first half marathon, me included. I never believed I would be able to run a half marathon.
Can't wait to run a full.
I'm not there yet.
It's fine, take your time.
I don't have that bone in my body. And yeah, again, I think now we have several girls running their first marathon this year as well. So Ladies Night really created a space for women to change the narrative of themselves, which I think is really powerful.
Over to you. Yeah, just what she was saying about Ladies Night being so life-changing. I think you would have heard, okay.
You can grab it around. There we go.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So just to like, on top of what Hannah's saying, I, like you've heard when I spoke about my running journey, I started running when there was like no likes of Strava. Maybe there was, but I didn't know about it. So I didn't have like that many examples of community. It was like always a solo thing. The next best person that I knew closest to me who was good at running or who was a runner was my aunt, who was like old. And I mean, she's like in her 60s now, but she runs. And her and her husband. But there wasn't like examples of girls and people and, you know, and for me, running big races was always the elite people. That was like, for me, it didn't make sense for regular people to just run. Like, I didn't know.
As regulars.
Yes, like, I didn't know about that. And I'm from Gauteng, so it was always like a solo mission until I came to Cape Town. And it was actually Viwe who shared the Ladies Night poster with me and said, how about we just go try this? Because we went to the gym together. And we came to Ladies Night. And I just think like the number of things that I've learned about running since becoming part of Ladies Night, that is unmatched, you know, from just knowing that you can be safe around, and this is a big thing, just running around men and not having to worry about, oh, they're gonna look at me or, you know, make funny remarks or anything like that, because it used to be such a norm where you run, you have to wear your headsets so that you don't hear what people are saying in the street, you know, the whistles, the hey girl, the, you know, all the funny things that you get. Which is so like, it makes you so uncomfortable when you run, but being able to be part of a space where like it feels like you're being protected. I remember after the first Ladies Night, I swear I sent my friend a WhatsApp from back home, and I said to her, you won't believe what I just came back from. It's this thing where you're running in the city and it's at night, but there's like guys like watching over you. Bodyguarding you in the city. So yeah, it's the impact. I don't think we speak a lot about the impact, and even maybe like Ali, Paul, the people who started it, I don't think they quite understand the impact that Ladies Night really has on people who start or enter it. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it's not just Ladies Night. It's just, I think, any run crew, really.
Yeah.
Like a massive impact that it's had on the community so far.
I just wanted to touch on the point where Norm said, you know, having the guys in Ladies Night. Like, yes, it's Ladies Night, but I think the guys from the NineFour play an incredible role in making Ladies Night work. I think they all make it such a safe space, not only for us, but for others who join. And I think without them, like Ladies' Night wouldn't be Ladies' Night.
When we're honest, I think women, we all need an ally.
Yeah.
And I think the role that the men play as like in the allyship realm is really special. And it's honestly so amazing.
And I think we kind of show and teach each other how to be with each other in a safe space. It's like not in a bar or in a club or anything like that, like and not at work where there's weird boundaries or whatever. This is a social setting, but I don't know, it's an amazing way just for guys to experience women without like being chicey, and for girls to do the same, for anyone to be the same, right? I know they say like run clubs are the new like Tinder, whatever. And
listen, I got a different thing about that when it comes to Cape Town. Everyone's just here for a good time and a joy. No one's dating in the...
I mean, do what you gotta do. But I think it's really cool. And then also to meet people, like for me in my 30s, meeting new people constantly is insane. Like making amazing friends in your 30s, and you don't have to like go to a bar and like, because you're not making, I mean,
Real friends.
you can do both.
I love that. That's so special. It really is. Like I was trying to hold back the tears the whole time. I was just like, kind of get it together. You're good. And I really, really, really love like Ladies' Night and the initiative behind it, and just hearing personally your guys' journeys, how that started, and how Ladies' Night just really kind of brought it in for you guys. And that's just, it's so beautiful. It's so inspiring. It's also so impactful. And just kind of seeing what you ladies are doing and how other people are being inspired. I mean, I know there's a lot of ladies who don't run with NineFour but came to be a part of Ladies' Night, because it's like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? I want to be a part of that. And that's honestly amazing. And I never thought running would do that. I never thought running would bring people together, especially because like I've also always viewed running as just like an individual sport. Technically, yes, it is. But I think now it's become such a team sport because we all run together. We do things together. We train together. And we've created such a community. And I think for me, moving from like a hockey background, being so team orientated into running, I was just like, this is kind of lonely. But in the moment I found a community, I was like, oh my gosh. It almost feels like I'm back in a team again.
And
which
now
is
we do
amazing.
everything together.
Everything.
Everything.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad
I don't
thing.
know either. We're going to debrief after.
Okay, cool. Got you.
Codependency. It's fine.
I want to know quickly, just for the sake of time, just one thing. You say it doesn't have to be long. It's not supposed to be long. Don't make it long. But just one thing.
I love it.
Just one thing that's that you've either enjoyed from Ladies' Night or something that you've learned from Ladies' Night.
What do you mean don't make it I actually would like to go first. Because this is I've learned to slow down my running with Ladies' Night, because we all got put as paces for different various groups, and I've really learned to... Ladies' Night taught me that running is not a competition, and I don't have to be the fastest person every single time, and I can just actually take my runs easy and enjoy them and not feel like I'm in a competitive headspace the whole time. Like that's what it really gave me, is like running can actually just be a nice like time to socialize with people and just slow down and chat, and you don't have to be on this mission. So that's selfish, but
Can I just say, you have like the cutest little waddle when you run. It's honestly my favorite. I'm just like, this is so cute. And it's almost like you're just dancing, but you're just like enjoying it. I was just like, oh my gosh, I also want to look like that.
It's probably why I've actually got hip issues now that I'm seeing a physio for, so I maybe have to address that. It might be the problem.
I hope it won't take the waddle away. Yes.
Like in general, or like this
Or
particular
what you've
one?
enjoyed, like what's like the highlights?
Oh, I have a highlight. I think so last year I was on the other side. I was like joining and being part of it. And then this year I was on the other side, which is like managing it and organizing and helping. And to see people, to see women progress, like really, really watch them from week 1 going, I'm walking and running, and I don't know if I'll ever get to like 5Ks, to like week 3 going, I just ran the full 5 without stopping, to then like going and running the women's day race. I could just, there's this one woman, her name is Abby. Shout out, Abby. Like, I feel like definitely, I mean, all the women and all the people that were like in some of the pace groups that I was helping and stuff, like I remember everyone's names. But like just watching this amazing human progress and feel like be so consistent and come back every time, and just like the happiness on her face, and just like knowing that we
Someone bring the tissue.
I can't do it.
You're doing so great.
Knowing that like we got her there is just, it's like huge. It's a big moment. So, well done, Abby.
Hannah caught on.
No.
Let me if you want to speak.
No, not right now. Just a little moment. I can go. Sorry. Sorry, what was the question again?
Any highlights that ladies' nights might have, I don't know, something that stuck out to you, something that you might have learned from ladies' nights?
Ladies' night taught me to run for others and not always for myself. So a lot of the time I've got friends that I'm like, guys, come for a run with me. And they go, no, I can't run with you. You're too fast or you're too this. I'm like, no, the point of this is not to run for me, it's to run for you. I'm going to be there to help you, to support you in whatever way you need.
I love that.
And one of those instances was I kind of started a little thing called Your Pace or Mine to motivate people to come run with me if they need someone to run with, to like open up another safe space. And I had this girl come. Her name's Ntabi. She goes by Healthy Black Girl on Instagram. I don't know if you guys follow her or have seen her. But she said, I'd love to come run with you, but it's going to be dark, and it's going to be at night, and it's going to be in the city. Are there going to be men? Are we going to be safe? Are we going to be... all of these questions. I was like...
questions.
Great questions. These are all so valid. And I realized that that's what Ladies' Night gave me. Yeah. Ladies' Night gave me the power to give someone else the space to run for it was her first time running through the city at night. And the fact that Ladies' Night gave that to me and I was able to give that to someone else was so special, and it was such an incredible feeling and something that I would never have done. The first time I went and ran through the city at night in the dark was with Ladies' Night. Yeah. So it gave me back my power to run in a city where I should not have to feel powerless doing something I love.
Sure.
And yeah, that's what it's given me.
Good answers, guys.
I'm so glad I asked this question.
I'll go. So I think last year when I joined Ladies' Night, I learned that ladies, well, yes, we're meeting for runs, but it wasn't actually about the run. We could, we were singing, dancing, we'd all literally, I remember stopping, the bridge at Waterfront, there's a little, we just have a dance party there. And it was
I honestly hate that bridge, especially when everyone runs at the same time. It literally just dips, and I'm just like, no.
Kaylee would be at the center of that dance party.
So there's that where, running doesn't have to be this hard, difficult thing. And you just show up, you have a conversation with someone you maybe would have never spoken to if you had met anywhere else. And then you run, but you're actually also just dancing and singing. And then I think another thing Ladies' Night has taught me is that, and I think it's followed from what Pascal said, it's it has nothing to do with me, or I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for others. And all I need to do is show up for them. And I think that's what everyone in the crew does and did for Ladies' Night. We show up for everyone else because, might end up making their day. Yeah.
So good.
Might end up getting them to a half marathon.
did last year.
Wow, I love that. Hannah, you ready? I was letting Hannah have a moment, just compose.
I had a little cry earlier, but I'm fine now. Are you gonna cry? No. I mean, I think it's sort of what everyone's saying is how I feel, but being able to give back to other people and to reclaim that power and to witness other people find that power within themselves, even just stepping out in the at night for the first time, and some of these women have lived in the city their whole life and driven past these roads, but just never stepped foot in parts of the city. So yeah, I think it's just putting so much energy into other people really is just yeah. I'm gonna start crying, so I'm just gonna pass the mic on.
Oh, that's so special.
I know you said one, but I'm gonna share two. I'll make them small.
Okay.
Please. I think the first one is Ladies' Night for me has just taught me to be myself and be authentic in who I am. And I think with that, it gives everybody who comes into the program, it allows them to also be themselves. So the more I allow myself to be myself, the more I let somebody else be themselves and accept them for who they are. So then it leads me to the second part where, we're so different. Everybody is their own person. But at the end of the day, we women. And the other thing that Ladies' Night has also taught me is, wow, women can really show up for each other. Yeah. Like, you could be having a bad day. You could be just wondering how to do something or where you can get a certain item. I mean, like, the chats that happen in Ladies' Night is like, where can I get this underwear? How do you feel in this bra? So
us
stuff.
too.
Yeah. So just knowing that there's people who can show up for you, or if you need something, if you don't know how to do something, there's always somebody that you can hit up, and so that's Ladies' Night.
I mean, I just looked at Do you want to share something?
It's everything that everyone said, and you guys have put it beautifully. I think if I just think of one moment from this year, it was not running the race, giving my bib to someone else, but watching everybody. I had a really, really profound moment of just witnessing growth and feeling so proud of these women who'd run around the corner and experience a cheer zone for the first time, which is really fun to witness. And then just seeing their faces light up in the pouring rain and watching them doing something so hard, I was just ecstatic. I can't explain it, just to see them, and it made me so happy. So that was definitely my highlight for this year. And just seeing everybody in the Ladies' Night t-shirt as a team, these strangers coming together on a Wednesday. And then suddenly, we're a team, and we are tethered together through being women and having similar lived experiences and doing this and showing up for ourselves and others. That was just a really big moment for me. And then we had a dance party at 10:30 a.m., which was really fun. And on a personal note, I just think that it's helped me find my voice a lot more. And then I can share in front of people, and that it's important. So, yeah.
Sure. You're incredibly, incredibly inspired and in awe of all of you. Your journeys have been so beautiful. And it's honestly brought you guys here where you are now, just being beautiful, strong individuals who just keep inspiring and impacting the community. And to know you guys is just this is so cool. Just to kind of go back to something that I learned from the one time I went to Ladies' Night is that the one episode of season 3. I learned that you guys are all flipping
But it's
cool.
when a series has a famous guest.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I honestly learned how flipping cool you all are, and how the space is so amazing and so inviting and so warm. And I've never really led a warm up. And when Ali and Hannah asked me, I was just I don't even warm up myself, but okay. It was a good one though.
Yeah.
It was a good one though.
It was.
I definitely stole it from our run crew. Shout out run crew. Hey, always got to teach people new things, try out new things, but no gatekeeping. We're all family, community. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely learned that. One, you guys are cool. Two, I didn't know I could warm up. But I think thirdly, just like loving the space and just really feeling at home, that homeliness that I really do feel like in the running community. And it's just, honestly, it's beautiful. It's genuine. It's so sincere. It's so demure. I love it. And yeah, lastly, I just want to say thank you so much all for being on the Running Podcast. Truly, truly, truly inspired. And I can't wait for other people to be just as inspired as I was today. And thank you.
Thank you so much. We love you.
Thanks, Khanya.
Love you all. Little hearts. Little hearts. Little hearts. Oh, this is so cute. I'm getting you. Yay! Thank you, ladies. I love us.
There was like one.
You said that.
You said that.